For the heroes of this movie, life sparkled with new colors when they were able to accept reality. The guy was angry at his stepmother because he wanted to get to know her better. The professor decided on a desperate experiment with his student. An autistic guy was able to conquer his fears and went on a date. And one woman completely changed her life. But they all share a secret. Today, we're going to find out what secret unites these people. Enjoy the video. The movie begins with Catherine's memories. The woman tells about her son, who died at the age of 16. The heroine's attention was caught by the weather forecast. She caught up with her son, Brady, to give him his jacket. When her husband, Dale, took the boy to school, Catherine made a fresh flower arrangement. In her day planner, the heroine saw an entry about dinner. She called her husband to remind him of the invitation of friends. Walt woke up in a pensive mood and hurried to work. He teaches at a university. Sherry approaches the man after the lecture. She works at a television station. The girl asks the lecturer for a postponement to do her work. Jordy is in a juvenile detention center. He is sitting on a basketball court. The social worker suggests the guy join the game, but he doesn't want to. Jordy gets angry when the ball hits him. Dennis has a mild form of autism. He's watching the weather forecast that Sherry is keeping. Suddenly, the phone rings. A stranger wants to talk to him. The guy has a panic attack. After work, Dale and his wife go to a friend's house. Jerry tells his buddy about his new furnace. Catherine is bored in the company of Connie, Jerry's wife. A man offers his guest a steak. Catherine declines the treat. Friends think that the woman decided to lose weight on a new diet. Carl takes Jordy home. They have a complicated relationship. The father is not happy with his son's behavior. Jordy stole and crashed the car. Dale brought Catherine home. The woman is not feeling well. She tells her husband about their dead son. Dale puts the woman to bed. Walt goes through the books on his desk. The man finds a clipping about the death of a local basketball star. It's Dale and Catherine's son. During the night, Catherine wakes up crying. Dale sees this but does not comfort his spouse. The woman takes the death of her son hard. Jordy joins his family at breakfast. Carl puts a condition to his son that he must find a job. When the man leaves, the boy communicates with his stepmother, Eliza. Dale is angry with his wife. He wants the woman to pull herself together. He asks Catherine to drive their son to school. Walt comes to see Dennis. The man brings the guy books and letters. Walt checks to see if the guy has taken his medication. He sees a letter from Sylvie, the guy's friend. The man suggests Dennis go for a walk, but the guy has another seizure. Walt leaves. Walt comes to Carl's house to discuss the accident. He tells the man about what happened 2 years ago. The man had been drinking at a bar and forgot to pick up his brother from group therapy. He blamed himself for forgetting about Dennis. When he picked up his brother, there was an accident. Walt hit a guy. He tells Carl about the newspaper clipping with the guy's picture, stirring his memories. When Carl learns the basketball player's name, he refuses to help the man. Catherine arrived at the scene of the accident with flowers and a picnic basket. The woman wanted to spend time with her dead son. When she got home, she decided to put boxes of food from the supermarket on a shelf. Then, she went into her son's room. Memories came flooding back to Catherine. The woman pulled her child's t-shirt from the closet and lay down on the bed. Suddenly, she saw a gun on the shelf. Catherine's privacy was disturbed by Brady. She tried to kick her son out, but the boy insisted on letting him go to his friend's house. Catherine hid the gun and left the room. Jordy went to a job interview at a pizza place. Administrator Tim questions the boy about the reasons for his incarceration in juvie. Walt comes home. His wife Abby is making the sauce. The couple is supposed to go to an event, but the woman is very upset, coping with their emotions. They still go to an art gallery to spend time there. In the evening, the couple discusses the sale of paintings. Abby is annoyed by her husband's scattered attention. She takes the TV remote from him and suggests that Walt spend time actively. The man objects. He says he has a lot of work to do. Abby wonders why the husband has stopped writing. Walt is annoyed by his wife's chatter. When she leaves the room, the man continues to watch the weather report hosted by his student. Walt is attracted to Sherry. Jordy is lying on the bed in his room. The guy wants a change of scenery. He throws out everything unnecessary. Satisfied with the result, he helps himself to relax. Suddenly, Elisa enters the room. The woman sees what the guy is doing and runs out of his room embarrassed. Having finished his business, Jordy goes to the park. There he meets Melissa. The girl is happy to see him. She asks her buddy about his life. Melissa invites Jordy to a party. Phoebe has packed her things. Walt returns home. He wants to talk to the woman, but she is determined to go to her sister's house. Dennis drinks his medication. In the hallway, the phone rings again. It's Sylvie calling him. The woman offers to meet him. The guy starts to get nervous again. Near the store, Catherine sees Geordie, a friend of her son. She hides by the car. When the guy passes by, Catherine goes shopping. Dennis calls his brother to tell him about Sylvie's call. He wants Walt to give him some advice. The brother suggests that the guy go to bed and think about everything in the morning. Eliza goes into Geordie's room to pick up dirty laundry. She asks him to forgive her for invading his room last night. The woman's politeness annoys the guy. At the university, Walt sees Sherry. The girl helps him carry books from the library. Later, the professor and the student get to know each other more deeply. Sherry offers the man a smoke after an active vacation. Catherine is walking around the city. She notices a guy who looks like her son and decides to follow him. At home, the woman sits in her son's bedroom again. Her family gathers for dinner. Brady shares his success in soccer. Catherine wants her son to play basketball like his older brother. Her husband asks her not to pressure Brady. Catherine leaves the table. Elise examines herself in the mirror after her shower. Geordie enters her room without knocking. The woman hastily covers herself with a towel. The guy doesn't want to leave the room. He helps the stepmother to relax. Carl comes home. Geordie hides in the bathroom while his father talks to Elise. He wants to spend time alone with his wife. Geordie watches them from behind the door. Walt comes to visit his brother along with Sherry. Dennis doesn't want the girl to come into the apartment. The guy hides in the bathroom. The professor asks the girl to wait for him in the car. Dennis is wearing his brother's suit for his date with Sylvie. He tries to get in the mood to leave the house, but it doesn't work out. Sherry is not happy that the professor left her for too long. She asks him to take her home. Dale is putting together a new furnace that a friend recommended to him. Brady is playing basketball on the court outside the house. A man comments on his son's moves and accidentally hurts his hand. He asks Brady to bring a first aid kit. The boy hurries into the kitchen where his mother is preparing a meal. Catherine sees a ball in Brady's hands. The woman is angry with him because her son took Nikki's ball. Eliza and Geordie spend time together. The woman questions the boy about why he stole the car. She believes that his father blames himself for what happened to his son. Also, Elisa enjoys relieving the tension with Georgie. After class, Walt catches up with Sherry. He gives the girl a flower. Sherry suggests that the professor take a break from their interactions. Melissa walks into the pizzeria where Georgie works. She is upset that her friend ignored her invitation to the party. They agree to meet up later. Catherine tries to apologize to Brady for her nervous breakdown. The boy doesn't want to talk to his mother. Before going to bed, the woman does say her apology out loud. Melissa brings Geordie home. She stops by his house to talk to him. The girl tells her friend about Nikki. She confesses that she misses Geordie. The guys kiss. Their privacy is disturbed by Eliza. The woman does not like the fact that the guy brought home a friend. Walt spends time with his brother. He saw Sylvie's phone on the table and decided to invite her to visit Dennis. After a while, the woman arrives. Dennis is nervous and hides under the covers. Sylvie understands the situation and offers to talk to her buddy through the closed door. Dennis gives the woman a chair. The couple socializes. In the evening, Walt comes to Sherry's house. Peter, the girl's buddy, beats up the professor. She helps Walt clean himself up. After a while, Melissa and Geordie are riding on the swings. The girl asks her friend about Elise. The guy suggests changing the topic of conversation, and they kiss. Sherry and Walt are lying in bed eating ice cream. The couple gets to know each other better. Sherry tells the professor about the time she interviewed a man after a trial. Then he was found not guilty of the accident. The girl admires the man's composure, but the story saddens the professor. At the pizzeria, Geordie has a conflict with the administrator of the cafe. Melissa gives him a ride home. The guy goes in to change his clothes. The stepmother wants to talk to Geordie, but he leaves her and goes off with a friend. Walt arrives home. He looks again at the newspaper article with the picture of the guy he hit. Geordie works up the courage to talk to his friend's mom. They arrange to meet in the countryside. Catherine is excited to talk to Nikki's friend. Geordie tells her about how the accident happened. He blames himself for what happened. The guy is getting over the death of his friend. Catherine shares her feelings with the guy about what happened. Dennis calls his brother. The guy wants Walt to come to him and reminds him of his meeting with Sylvie. Catherine decides to blow off steam. She trashes her kitchen. After gathering Nikki's things, the woman sets a fire in the backyard of the house. Dale thinks his wife has lost her mind. He rushes to put out the fire. After everything, Catherine communicates with her family. She asks Brady for forgiveness. Catherine offers her son to go to his aunt's house together. She is glad that her son agrees to give her a chance. Dennis rereads Sylvie's letters. He waits for his brother and tries to control his panic. Jordy stands on the bank of the pond and thinks about life. Dennis pulls himself together and gets ready for a date. He is determined to leave the house. The first step gave him a hard time, but he managed to do it. Dale tries to convince his wife not to leave. Catherine is sorry for what happened. She is sad because of her husband's emotional coldness. Walt is late. His brother has gone on a date with a woman. On TV, the professor sees a weather report with Sherry. He goes down to the phone booth to leave a message for his wife. Suddenly, the man decides on a desperate act. He finds the address of the family he is guilty of. Walt wants to talk to Catherine. Dale recognizes the man and wants to send him away. Catherine also remembers the face of the man who got their son killed. She walks past the man to put the suitcases in the trunk. Jordy comes home. He sees that his stepmother has a busted lip. Suddenly, the boy is attacked by his father. Eliza tells Carl about Jordy seducing a woman. Walt tries to apologize to Catherine. Carl beats up Georgie. Catherine beats up Walt. She gets in the car with her son to go to her sister's house. Walt lies on the road in front of the car. The woman pulls him away by the scruff of his neck to make way. The man was very remorseful for what happened through his fault. Eliza is taking Carl to the hospital. Dennis takes the bus. At the stop, Melissa and Jordy get on the bus. The couple kisses. Dennis watches the guys and smiles. He is having a good time at the cafe with his girlfriend. Walt is on his way home. On the way, he stops at a pizza place for coffee. Dennis is dancing with Sylvie. Brady goes with his mother to visit. Catherine smiles. She was able to let go of the memories.